Welcome back to the Slide Job Podcast. I am your host, Colton Smith, or Left Turn Central, here joined by co host Brandon Bull Davis and co host Ben Miller. We're going to be doing something a little differently this week, just our Fast Five picks and preview for Texas this weekend. Something we're trying to do a little differently on the channel, along with some other things. But we have quite the weekend ahead of us here, coming off of the heels of Carson Hocevar's first career win. The groups are looking pretty interesting. I got some people circled. I'm sure we all do. And we'll go ahead and give our picks and then maybe talk a little bit more about why we went into those picks. And then also preview the Truck and O'Reilly Series race by at least giving our winner picks. And yeah, so without further ado, Bull, I'll let you take it away. What do we
So
got?
yeah, so with our Fast Five this year, we kind of changed up a little bit. We'll do a snake style draft. There's five groups, and basically took the DraftKings rankings of how they're priced for fantasy, and that's how the groups are laid out. So obviously, Group One is going to be Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, Christopher Bell, William Byron, Chase Elliott, and Joey Logano. We didn't have one last week, so go back to Kansas, where I scored the most points, followed by Ben and then Colton. So Colton gets he before this show started. We Colton picked the first pick. I Ben then took the last pick, so he's going to have the wraparound for two, and then so it leaves me with the second pick. So if you look at our total standings, Ben still has the lead with 409 points. Then Colton with 341, and then me followed up with 316. So that'll bring us into our Texas draft, where Colton, turn it back over to you for the first pick.
This is very easy, very simple. A lot of times I like to go for the third pick to try and get the setup in group two. And while I do like some of the people in group two, I really like Tyler Reddick. And I think that's the driver that I need. If I want to get back in this race, it's going to take some wins. And he has the best average finish across anybody in career history. Yes, does he have less races than others? Sure, but still an average finish of 11th to win. He's only finished outside the top 10 three times in his career, and that can include some races at RCR. So even when he was at RCR, this was one of his better tracks. So in a year that he's dominated, I have no doubt that he will be running top five in this race, and that's why I'm going to take Tyler Reddick with really no hesitation.
So for pick two, there's one guy that I really want to take, and I had a dream. I've got weird thoughts that William Byron's actually going to win this race.
Had a dream about William Byron.
Listen, Colton, it's been a long week. It's been a crazy week.
If you guys don't think we eat, sleep, and dream this sport, you know.
But the way that the Toyotas are running, I can't not take Denny Hamlin here. If you look at his previous races, 2024, he was or 2023, 2024, he was going to win the race. It came down to him and Chase Elliott side by side on the final lap, and then he ended up wrecking into the wall. 2025, he ended up blowing up, was having a great race there. So he has actually runs really good at Texas, runs really good at the mile and a half, but his finishes have not been there, and it's just been luck. So I'm against my gut. I'm going to take Denny Hamlin.
All right. I like it. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a Toyota myself, fellas. I'm going to take the 20 of Christopher Bell this week. I mean, when you go to a mile and a half track, you definitely can never ignore driver number 20. I mean, he's been strong at the mile and a half this year. I mean, he was up front leading laps at Vegas. He was out front, had a fast car at Kansas, and then ultimately ran into bad luck on that last restart thanks to Reddick. But I feel like that 20 group, they've been showing a lot of speed the last couple of weeks. And like I said, especially at these mile and a half racetracks. And I feel like that 20 car is going to be a factor on Sunday. So I got my eye on Christopher Bell.
So that'll take us to round two, where Chase Briscoe leads it off with Ty Gibbs, Carson Hocevar, Bubba Wallace, Chris Buescher, Brad Keselowski, Ross Chastain, and Ryan Preece. So Ben,
right.
back to you for the first pick in round two.
All right. So obviously a lot of drivers to choose from, but I think I'm going to ride with the 6 car at Brad Keselowski. I mean, Texas has obviously been a really strong racetrack for him, and I feel like those RFK cars, they've been solid. They've been solid on the mile and a half racetracks, and I've been impressed with that 6 car on these particular tracks. So I feel like Brad K, he's going to continue that momentum. So I got to keep an eye on that 6 car.
I see
I'm,
where Bull is taking his courser too.
I'm just going to stick with the same strategy. We all know the Toyotas have been very fast this year, leading off. 2311's had a strong start to the season, so I'm going to get Bubba Wallace with pick 2.
Oh man, I'm glad that's your favorite driver because I'm going to take the Indiana boy Chase Briscoe at pick number 3 in this round. I do kind of think about Ty Gibbs, but I think Briscoe is the safer option despite the rough start he had the year. He has been very motivated to get up in the point standings, and he also has the 7th best average finish of any active driver over their career. That includes his time at Stewart Haas Racing when he was driving, mid-tier equipment. So I think he is going to turn a corner here. And we saw last year when Briscoe gets to a track for the second time, it typically looks pretty good. And this will actually be his second time at the Texas track in the 19. So give me Chase Briscoe to continue the Toyota trend. Like you said, Bull, just Toyotas have been high and above anybody else, which I guess is why Corey Heim is a part of Group 3. To headline that is actually Alex Bowman, and then Austin Cindric, Daniel Suarez, Josh Berry, Kyle Busch, Corey Heim, Austin Dillon, and Michael McDowell. And like Alex Bowman is the most dangling bait, but I don't know if I can take that. I want to take another one. Like I feel like everyone in round 3 is kind of dangling bait here. I'm gonna go with Daniel Suarez simply based off the fact the last 2 races he has an average finish, the second best average finish of anyone in the Cup Series, and a 7.5. So give me Suarez, who's shown really good speed. I feel like one thing that's consistent about throughout Suarez's career is when he's good at a track, he typically is good at a track no matter what he's driving in. I can remember a time when he was driving the 41 car and he had a pretty good run here. So I'm confident in Suarez in a year that he is currently 14th in the point standings, outperforming his old team at Trackhouse week in and week out. I think he's going to continue to rub it in this week.
So that's literally the only driver that I wanted in this round was Daniel Suarez. um, so give me, I'm going to go with the 2 of Austin Cindric.
Okay.
Has an average running position of 18.5 here, and an average driver rating of 65.4. So I'm going to go with Austin Cindric with the second best driver, I think, in this round.
All right. I like it. All right. So for my pick, gentlemen, I think I am going to go with, I'm deciding between 2 drivers right now. Obviously, a tough decision, but I think I'm going to go with the 3 car of Austin Dillon. I mean, Texas has been a pretty good track for him. I mean, 2 top 10s in the last 2 races. So I feel like that's 3 car. They're going to continue the momentum in the Lone Star State. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that 3 car this weekend because I'm confident he's gonna put together a good finish.
So that'll take us to round 4, where it leads off with Eric Jones, Connor Zilich, AJ Allmendinger, Zane Smith, John Hunter Nemechek, Noah Gragson, and Ricky Stenhouse. Ben?
All right. Let's see, tough decision right here, but I think I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go with the. I think I'm gonna go with the 43 of Eric Jones. I mean, yeah, I mean, I was going back and forth in this round, fellas. I'm not gonna lie, but I just feel like with Texas, I feel like Eric Jones has put together solid performances at Texas Motor Speedway, and I feel like he's due to put together a solid finish. So, I mean, let's go legacy, fellas.
Yeah, Ben, that was you should have went with your other choice. Eric Jones was the easy driver to take in this round.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm gonna have to go with I think AJ Allmendinger. Not had the best results here. Last year he got a lot better, get a lot more speed on the mile and a halfs. So I'm gonna stick with AJ here and see if he can pull it out for me.
All right.
Man, I wish I could tell y'all who to go with on this one. It was like the one reason I really hesitated and thought about going with the third overall pick is because I wanted Chase Briscoe, but I really wanted Eric Jones. So I was happy I got Briscoe, but I knew I sure as hell was not getting Eric Jones. And then you look at the rest of these guys here. Zane Smith has had a really impressive start to the season, but has an average finish of 21st across the past 2 races at Texas. You look at John Hunter Nemechek, and his average finish is just about the same over his career. So those are the 2 I'm really going back and forth on. I don't really have any faith in Noah Gragson. Stenhouse did finish well here, but I feel like Stenhouse just randomly finishes well here at random places at random points in his career. So I don't think there's really any correlation to that. And then there's Connor Zilic. Maybe this is the day Connor Zilic finally does something. I won't bet on that. I'll go with John Hunter Nemechek, who I have picked throughout the season and has been kind of in and out of the top 20. So I just kind of got to hope for that. But yeah, I am bummed that I don't get Eric Jones, but maybe Eric Jones can help John Hunter Nemechek. Maybe he'll give him some stuff. And then in Group 5, you got good old Todd Gilliland, SVG, Riley Herbst, Ty Dillon, Cole Custer, Cody Ware, and Chad Fincham. And while I thought long and hard about Chad Fincham, I think I'm going to go ahead and rock with. Honestly, I forgot Todd Gilliland's in this one, but I'm going to go with Riley Herbst because he's driving at 23:11. This is a track that he actually finished 14th at last year, and I'll go ahead and take the Herbst man to hopefully scrounge out a top 20 for me.
I will say, picking the second pick is the worst pick I've had in this draft since we've been doing this. It absolutely sucks. I did not think anybody was going to take it. Herbst. Let me look here. I'm gonna go with Gilly. Give me Gilliland. Yeah, I'm hoping they can have a little bit of speed. He's got a average. I'm sorry, that's wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I'm at a loss now. I was gonna take Herb. Did not think anybody else was gonna take him.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you get to Group 5, man.
I honestly thought you were gonna take Gilliland. It seems like every week.
Gillen feels like Bates for me.
It seems like every week
26th place average finish.
Yeah.
It seems like every week you've been on the Gilliland and the John Hunter bandwagon. So I was hoping you were going to continue that. So yeah, I guess I'm going to hop on the Gilliland bandwagon this time.
Ben, sounds like you have a friend that wants to make a pick for you down over there.
Yeah, my cat somehow got in the room, so yeah. All right. Let's see. Just looking at Group 5 right here. I think I'm going to go with the 10 of Ty Dillon. I mean, I saw a note earlier this week that he is 4 for 4 at finishing between 12th and 19th with a 15.8 average finish in the next gen. So I'm going to keep an eye out for Ty Dillon this weekend because I feel like that group, they're going to put together a solid run at Texas Motor Speedway. So, yeah, I got Ty Dillon for my 5th and final pick.
So we also do a truck and O'Reilly Series winner picks. If you get those correctly, you get 10 bonus points. So, Colton, you want to start us off with your truck series winner?
Yeah, I look at the entry list, and I didn't have to think too long and hard about this one. I understand he's washed beyond belief, but he's pissed off right now about the words that are being spoken about him. I feel like he has to have that still in him where he just absolute rocket ship at Texas. I think Kyle Busch gets it done at Texas. He's due for it. Just prove him wrong, Kyle.
Yep. I like it. Yeah, I'm going to go with Kyle Busch as well. I mean, he's been obviously really strong at Texas Motor Speedway in the truck series. And, he's even won 4 consecutive races there whenever he's in that race. So I feel like Kyle Busch, he's going to absolutely dominate tonight and pull out a win. So I got driver number 7, Kyle Busch.
So I'm the one that has to make up some points here, and I'm not going with the wash driver. Give me the 91 of Christian Eckes with a average running position of 2.9. So give me the 91.
I like it.
Okay. All right.
And then so that'll take us to our O'Reilly Series winner. Um, I can start off the O'Reilly Series winner. I think this one's I can't
Huh.
go against
Huh.
everybody on this one. So just go ahead and give me the 88 of Kyle Larson.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Bull. I'm going with Kyle Larson as well. I mean, when you go to a mile and a half racetrack, whenever he's in that JRM 88 car, you know that he's going to absolutely dominate the field. So I think Larson gets it done in the Lone Star State.
Yeah, it's funny. I was going Connor Zillich because of Rodney Childers being on the box, and he knew how to work the uh what's the word, inspection room and at Texas a good bit. And then I just kept on scrolling, just looking through. Oh, there's Kyle Larson, the 88. That is my pick for this week. Like it's just easy points here. Uh, Larson will get it done. If he doesn't, then we all have have not gotten any points. So it's all
Yeah,
even here. But I
I
won't bet
remember.
against him for sure.
I remember when we all picked him at Bristol and he finished second. So we'll see.
Yeah,
But hey, what if we do bonus points for the Kentucky Derby?
I'm good with that.
Okay.
We'll
Because
we can throw in 10 bonus points for Derby winner.
sounds like Ben's cat agrees.
Yeah, my cat does definitely agree.
All right. Well, Ben, pull up a list of them if you haven't seen them yet, or if you got one in mind. I will go ahead and tell you that I am rocking with full effort. Now, I understand that there should be a space in full effort. However, I had there was this thing at work. We had a raffle, and they had all the cups with like all the different names in it. I shot like a basketball and it fell into full effort. So that's what I'm rocking with. I think there was like 20-1 odds for full effort or 30-1 odds. So I'll be taking full effort for my derby winner and hopefully some bonus points.
All right.
And it's
Uh,
purely off the name. I have no clue like if he's supposed to be good at all.
Gotcha. All right. So for my pick for the Kentucky Derby guys, I think I'm just going to go with the favorite. I think I'm going to take Ren Jade. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name right,
Renegade.
but
Renegade.
Yeah, Renegade. Yeah. I every year in the Derby, I always go with the favorite. So I think I'm going to stick with this horse this weekend. I think he's going to wear the roses in Louisville.
So this may be a little unfair. I'm not going with the favorite, and this is a guy that I actually have money on already. Uh, Action Network has a simulator, a simulator for the Kentucky Derby. Give me the 18 of Further Ado.
Further ado, dude.
Further
That's
ado.
the one that like oh, I forgot about Further Ado. I shouldn't have, but that's the one that like when I was looking at all the cups, that was the name that stuck out to me. You got to understand, I don't go off of statistics or anything. It is purely off a name. And Further Ado, I think, has the best name of them all. So
What was the name of your horse, Colton? I'm not even seeing it on here.
I'll just switch it to Further Ado then. No, it was full effort. It's like there's no space in it. It looks really weird, but like I said, I just threw my ticket and it fell into full effort. So it's got to be the fate thing.
All right, so kind of recap here. I've got Denny Hamlin, Bubba Wallace, Austin Cindric, AJ Allmendinger, and Todd Gilliland. Colton has Tyler Reddick, Chase Briscoe, Daniel Suarez, John Hunter Nemechek, and Riley Herbst. And Ben has Christopher Bell, Brad Keselowski, Austin Dillon, Eric Jones, and Ty Dillon.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
For our truck winners picks, Colton and Ben both have Rowdy Bush. I've got Christian Eckes. We all took Larson for our O'Reilly winner. And then for our Kentucky Derby winner, Further Ado, Full Effort, and Renegade.
Oh, a lot of points on the line. I feel really good about my team in the Cup Series. like I feel like Reddick, Briscoe, and Suarez are all maybe Hamlin will finish better than Briscoe, but I feel pretty confident in their abilities. Or okay, yeah, that makes yeah. I was like, wait, why is Hamlin in Group 2? We had a little typo in there, but Bubba Wallace, of course, could also finish in front of Briscoe. But I feel pretty good about my squad this week. Like,
Yep.
I mean, I literally went with all Toyotas and Daniel Suarez, so like it has to succeed.
And
Yep.
this is the week the Chevy figures it out.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Larson, Byron, Elliott, top 3, and then
Yeah.
Bowman a top 10.
So I will say part of my thought with Byron is, I don't know if you saw, there's a guy on Twitter who kind of does he breaks down like NASCAR odds and stuff like that. He's been doing, NASCAR puts out a promo every week with
Yeah.
three drivers on it. And if you actually look at the promo, 7 of the drivers that have won have been on that promo. Well,
I saw that.
last week there was a semi, and he said the semi was Carson Hocevar and was supposed to represent Carson Hocevar. So if you take that, it's 8 out of 10. Well, this week it's William Byron. So
We'll
I
see.
think it was William Byron, John Hunter Nemechek, and I can't remember who the other driver was.
Maybe John Hunter
Oh,
Nemechek gets the win, baby.
It was Laguna.
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 Logano was an underrated one because I know he has like the best average finish in the last 2 races. He won one of those, obviously.
Yep.
But that was a fuel strategy when, if I remember,
It was.
Ben probably remembers correctly.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. It was definitely a fuel mileage race.
Yeah, so I kind of chalk it up to that a little bit because he finished outside the top 10 the other race. But definitely a sleeper name that we maybe slept on. Suarez and Dillon have the next best average finish in the since 2024. Then you have Byron and Elliott and then Jones. But yeah, I think we pretty well covered most of the people that are going to be the big names in this one. We'll obviously have to wait and see if anybody else throws their hat in the ring. But is there anything you guys want to get out before we wrap up the show? Be sure to tune in next Sunday, or this coming Sunday after the race. I don't know why I said next, but after the race, we'll be live streaming as we always do, recapping this race. But yeah, anything y'all want to get out?
I think we're good.
All right. Once again, Sunday after the race, half an hour. Come in, be in the chat in the chat. We want to hear what y'all think, and while we give what we think about the race and the weekend as a whole. And then also, shoot, we got truck racing tonight. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
I forgot it was Friday. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you guys for coming on. Oh,
hold on, Ben or Colton. Would you like to change your Kentucky Derby pick? Full effort was scratched. That's why.
Oh, okay. Then Further Ado. Further Ado was the one that, like, from the start, I had called my name. I just kind of forgot because I didn't. It's the last second. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with you, Bull, and pick Further Ado.
Okay.
That's funny. Full effort was scratched. I really felt good about that one because I thought it was fate. Because I was the only one. I checked before I left work yesterday. I was the only one and only ticket in that raffle for Full Effort if he won. So
that might have been why. They might have already saw that he was scratched.
Shut up. Anyways, thank you all for listening. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and comment down below your guys' thoughts. And we will see you guys on Sunday or the next one. Peace.